Capital versus revenue expenditure. When running a business, it is important to know the difference between capital and revenue expenditure, as it can have an impact on the way that tax and other finances are reported and handled. Typically speaking, a capital expenditure is an amount spent to acquire or improve long-term assets, such as equipment or buildings. Most people would record this expenditure generally as property, plant and equipment, which encompasses things like the purchase of new vehicles or the development of premises. The cost will then be charged to depreciation expense over the useful life of the asset. On the other hand, revenue expenditure is an amount that is expensed immediately and related to specific revenue transactions or operating periods. This might cover routine repairs or the cost of goods sold. Even significant long-term cost repairs that do not extend the life of an asset or do not improve the asset could be considered revenue expenditure. When classing expenditure as either capital or revenue, business owners should consider timing. This is probably the easiest way to assess an expense. Capital expenditures are charged to expense gradually via depreciation and over a long period of time. Revenue expenditures are charged to expense in the current period or shortly thereafter. Consumption. A capital expenditure is assumed to be consumed over the useful life of the related fixed asset, whereas revenue expenditure is assumed to be consumed within a very short period of time. Size. Capital expenditures tend to involve larger monetary amounts than revenue expenditures. This is because expenditure can only be classified as a capital expenditure if it exceeds a certain threshold value. If not, it is automatically designated as revenue expenditure. However, certain quite large expenditures can still be classified as revenue expenditures, as long as they are directly associated with sale transactions or are period costs. Understanding the difference between the two types of expenditure is important when running a business, as it can affect how your finance works, your company's cash flow, and your reporting of the expense. If you are unclear about the difference between the two, or have expenses that seem to overlap these definitions, why not speak to our team? We can help you to clarify expenditure so your business has the information it needs to move forward.